Russia announces a major training exercise involving nuclear weapons, and Ukraine and NATO officials say President Trump's idea to freeze the current front lines is a good compromise. NTD's international correspondent Arian Pazdar has the war update.
The president himself was very clear this weekend: stop where you are, which sounds simple, but of course is also exactly right. So I totally agree with him.
NATO chief Mark Rutte says he supports President Trump's call for Ukraine and Russia to stop at the current front lines and implement a ceasefire. Rutte spoke with two senators on Wednesday morning before meeting with Trump in the afternoon. The senators announced that they've advanced 3 bills on the Russia-Ukraine war. One of them would aim at stopping China's support for Russia. Another would declare Russia a state sponsor of terrorism because of its alleged kidnapping of Ukrainian children. And the third would allow the US to move forward with using frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine. Meanwhile, in Europe, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also says he supports Trump's idea to freeze the current front lines.
You saw messages, public messages from Trump. He proposed stay where we stay and begin conversation. I think that was good compromise, but I'm not sure that Putin will support, and I said it to President.
The Ukrainian president made the remarks while visiting Sweden and Norway. Sweden has signed a letter of intent to potentially supply up to 150 of its domestically produced Gripen fighter jets to Ukraine.
If we succeed, it will contribute to increased security in our part of the world and will strengthen both Ukraine and Sweden.
And Russia announces carrying out a major nuclear drill on Wednesday. It includes practice launches of intercontinental ballistic missiles, which are capable of striking the United States. Just on Tuesday, President Trump said plans for a second summit between him and Russian President Vladimir Putin are on hold. Putin emphasizes that Wednesday's drills have been planned in advance, but they came just hours after Trump's announcement. Russian officials say preparations for a meeting continue. The fighting between Russia and Ukraine continues meanwhile. Russian drones reportedly hit a kindergarten in Kharkiv on Wednesday, while children were in the building. According to officials, 1 person was killed and 6 were injured, but no children were physically harmed.
Fortunately, the children were in a shelter during the air raid. 48 children were rescued by our state emergency service units.
Zelensky says despite not being physically harmed, many of the kids were in shock after the attack. Arian Pastar, NTD News.